inflated. Dang, it's been a good run for a lucky redneck, but I still got everybody's got a song called Rockstar, running up the pop charts, hugging on they do. I've been Houdini with my commas, my mama getting all these new tattoos, and I ain't saying that I'm
Well, no snow in the forecast, but the wind, boy, it's whipping off of Lake Erie and into Highmark Stadium, just south of Buffalo, New York. It's all about divisional matchups on this final day of the regular season, and we've got a compelling one in store here, as it'll be the New York Jets taking on the Buffalo Bills. And we are underway in Buffalo. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Fields passing on the first play from scrimmage. And this intercepted on the first play of the game. And the Bills are in great shape here as they take over at the 46-yard line. And the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 46. Throwing to start the drive. Allen. And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much. Looking for James Cook out of the backfield that time. And now it's 2nd down. You talk about this Jets defense. They've had their trouble stopping the run, Charles. Currently 29th in the NFL in that department.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out. Being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground. Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
To throw, it's Allen. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. So problems with Eric passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week and now another here in this first quarter.
Sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and he can't do it all on one throw.
First carry for the Iowa State man, Breece Hall. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down.
It's a gain of 10. 1st down, New York.
Here we go.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And room there to work it inside the 25. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 24-yard line.
To throw is Fields. Caught by Wilson. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets 1st down. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call a moment of truth. When the balls are...
And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. A great play there. his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Jets have taken the early lead on the road here in Buffalo. Folk connects on the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
At their own 35-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
6-yard line.
56. Where's that?
Allen. He'll get this over the middle here to Palmer. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. The Bills had a struggling 3-13 now on the year. And they come in just an absolute free fall. Losers now, Charles, of 7 in a row.
And I think this is where, in a locker room, a lot of the team looks to their best players.
And his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. Well, these defensive coaches, they sure like what they've got in this rookie corner, and with good reason, as you saw there.
He only cost him a day 2 pick, and a lot of people thought he had first-round ability. But when he was available on draft night, that was one where you didn't need the full time to make the selection. You called that pick in early.
It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick. And the Bills are going to have it here just past the 25.
And partner, I think this is where long-term starters in the NFL separate themselves from the rest of the pack, because there's still 3-4 quarters left in this one. More than enough time to move past a pair of early mistakes and find a way to lead your team to a win. Mental resiliency, a characteristic every NFL team's looking for in their quarterback.
On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. That is incomplete.
Well, you've certainly got to be on your toes defensively when you're facing Josh Allen. He can hit you from any angle. He's got arguably the strongest arm in the business, and he uncorks a deep one here. But that one falls incomplete.
A 2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Khalil Shakir. That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Now Allen. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
Oh, twisting away. And now running right through it. Well, a solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards. And the Jets will take over.
Their own 28-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Now Fields. Looking left side, and he's got him in. That's Reynolds. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 15 more yards there, and quickly another first down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
A play fake, now Fields to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time. Wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
So they keep the ball, but work to do on second and long.
Here we go, son. Move 58, move 58. Hey, never mind, Monday. Right.
Here's Fields. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. This is Smith to the ground. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 25-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Jets with the football here to start the second quarter, as they've got it second down and 11. Straight ahead is Hall. And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. No gain that time, and it leaves him with third and 11 coming up. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Garrett Wilson, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Jets have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point up and good by Folk. And it's now 14-0. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 35-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
Now Allen. Open man is Palmer. Shedding the tackle, that gives him some room. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Shakir hauls it in. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 12 more yards there and another first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Throwing now is Allen. Completes to Shakir once again. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Khalil Shakir. 37 yards. And the Bills are back within a score. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And And that'll make our score 14-7. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And that one not returnable. It's over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. The last time out, they had to march almost the full length of the field for their touchdown. So here, much easier, Charles, with this better starting field position.
I love your sarcasm, but I love even more your observation because, look, what they did last time out, now with a shorter field, they should have a lot of confidence that they're going to put more points up on the board.
Here we go.
Back to throw. Fields. It's caught. Smith. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 63 yards receiving for him now. And that last catch good enough for a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
From the gun, here's Fields. Looking here for Smith downfield. And he's got it inside the 10. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. A great effort there with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Folk connects on the extra point. And it's now 21-7. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. To the air, Allen. He rifles complete, caught by Moore. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Allen in the offense staying put. They'll go for it on 4th. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Going for the deep ball. And this one is incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Jets are going to get the football here in great field position.
Here we go.
Fields now to throw. He finds Wilson. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Garrett Wilson with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Jets are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. So good field position for the Bills as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They start the drive with Cook. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard after the 36.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. They'll come up now 3rd and 3. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Jake Camarda now.
Camarda in punt formation for the Bills.
51 yards on the punt there. And the Jets offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Paul want to give up the middle. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Creeping up on a minute to play in this 1st half. From his goal line here, Fields. He'll try and do this himself. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Jets 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And the Jets 1st down. A gain of 18.
A handoff for Hall. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. The tackle there by John Johnson. Well, these two teams met at MetLife Stadium earlier this season with the Jets winning that ball game. So they are gunning for the sweep here in Buffalo.
Easy. Here we go, son.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the 1st half of play. The Bills trail here, but they will get the football first as we are back underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Allen. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 10 yards, good enough for a Buffalo 1st down.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
Allen going to throw. Setting up the screen for Cook. is here. Now he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. It's another first down as they look his way again, this time 19 yards.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Allen now looks to throw. And that is incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Now Allen again. Fields is intercepted for a 3rd time. Picked up by Andre Sisco. And he'll be taken down, although there is a flag down. Will this stand? And now, oh boy, this is a bit of a surprise, to be kind. They accepted the holding penalty, so wipe out the interception, and their defense will stay on the field. Okay, temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call. Here's Allen to throw it. That's caught inside the 20. And finally down it goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. 39 yards there, a big one.
They started this drive with terrific field position, and it's going to get even better after that play. Had great options with where they started, so they decided to press their advantage, and it paid off.
To throw, it's Allen. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Josh Allen taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Bills take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points.
Hey, you're down on the scoreboard, but now your offense is in close, and this is where, as a quarterback, you say, I've got to make a play here. Doesn't matter whether it's a pinpoint throw or a scramble like this one. He takes matters into his own hands and delivers a touchdown run.
Bills 14. Tyler Bass to kick off for Buffalo.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Their lead down from 21 to 14, but still sitting in a great spot, up 2 scores here in the 3rd quarter. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead. And a nice milestone reached on that last throw as here late in the season, he goes over 4,000 yards passing.
And he's really thrown the ball well all season long. Had some big games along the way. He's inspired his receiving corps to go out and make plays for him in each and every play.
Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. Gregory Rousseau able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Here's Fields. Under pressure, they got him again. A.J. Epinesa, the one credited for the sack.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Now it's Fields. That's downfield. He's got Taylor. And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 30-yard line. Now Fields. Now he'll tuck this and run. That's going to be a loss of 18. And that's going to bring up a 2nd and about a mile here. Fields. He'll let this go for the end zone. is caught. And did he get in? No. They'll mark him out at the 1-yard line. So they will wave off the flag and let the completion stand.
Really great job by the receiver fighting through all the contact and still coming down with the football. All that great work in practice being put into the game.
Here we go.
They'll look to run with Hall. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Breece Hall hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jets take a 3-touchdown lead. Extra point up and good by Folk. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And the defense says they have it. They do. One play into the ball game, an early turnover. Well, if these guys wanted to get back in this game, they needed an almost perfect second half, and down 3 scores. A lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
That reminds me of my plan in college to get an A on the papers I turned in, but that didn't work out too well either. Too many mistakes by both of us. I mean, that's just pure and simple. And that's why that's exactly where they are in this ball game. They're going to need a huge turnaround if they want to try and win this one.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Here's Hall again. The 20. 5. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Breece Hall with now his 2nd touchdown of this 3rd quarter. And the Jets are able to capitalize on the forced fumble by turning it into 6 points. Now Folk for the extra point. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
In every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
They run the counter with Cook. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. We're calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Two runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10.
down, 80! Go!
Cook up the gut. And he'll be taken down after a minimal pickup, and that will take us to the end of quarter number 3. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
180!
One final try here for Allen. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bills' drive stalls out on 4th down. And that will force a turnover on downs. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Here we go. 19 strikes. Right.
Here's a give to Hall. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal, New York.
Don't jump. Go.
They'll run with Hall. Fighting his way in for a Jets touchdown. Breece Hall, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Jets look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Oh, this is blocked. But he doesn't get far. They're able to stop him. And after all that, the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
Well, times have definitely changed on the PAT, on the extra point, haven't they? A lot more effort goes into this play from both sides.
Yeah, because let's face it, a lot of time on extra points, the effort is not what it is when you're trying to block a field goal.
No doubt about it. Before, when the ball was snapped on the 2-yard line, it was really a virtual chip shot. Now everyone believes they can get to it and knock it away, and we know how crucial every point is. So the defensive guys, they spend a lot more time trying to get that done, which means there's more pressure on the offensive guys trying to kick it.
23-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. And out across midfield down to the 45. A gain of 32 that time.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing, and if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 30. It's a 10-yard pickup, and that's enough to move the chains. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Allen. That's taken in. It's Keon Coleman. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7.
Now, fourth quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put some points on the board to make this thing look just a little bit better.
Works right side into the hands of the tight end, Knox. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Dawson Knox, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Bills get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Pass on for the extra point. And the lead drops from 34 to 27.
Makes the score Jets 48, Bills 21.
So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Jets have got it. The risk reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
92 yards rushing for him now. He has been tremendous all day long.
Well, you know me, partner, I never tell him to back off of being aggressive, but sometimes you see the consequences when you're overly aggressive and you don't secure tackles. Guys break through.
Trying to sell out to pry that football loose, and just as you said, draw some yardage.
Yeah, you got to go get him. Stand him up first before you go for the ball. Don't just go for it initially.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Ball again. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps, because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they're powering through, and they're controlling this game.
So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They've got a 2nd and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their total. Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal?
Here we go.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. On for the extra point is Folk. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
He's going to let it fly. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So erase the flag. They decline it.
And did they use the big eraser, or was that the one at the end of the number 2 pencil?
Well, I was thinking the 2x2-inch ones that you can buy and use in addition to the pencil.
And those last for a
long time.
No doubt.
Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. The Bills send the punter out as he'll come on to kick this one away. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory.
11-yard line.
Here we go.
Now Hall to start the drive. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 124 yards rushing for him now to this point. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Options galore here. Second and a few inches.
Here we go.
To throw is Fields. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And this one is going to be off the mark. Too far out in front. Well, up big here in the fourth quarter. Up really big. That passing incompletion. I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points. But they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
And he'll have a Jets first down as he'll take this forward to the 27. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Here we go. All right.
On first down, right back to Hall. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. But Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win,